Welcome to our last lesson on healing your heart. This is one of my favorites. It's on learning to love after your love's been broken. The first thing I want to share with you is a dreamlike picture I had once of Jesus riding on a horse through a meadow. And I was a little girl, and I saw him go by, and I just reached up my hands, and he picked me up and tossed me behind him on the horse bareback. I grabbed him around the middle, and we just took off across the meadow. Well, I was getting bounced around, so I just clung to him, and as I did, I could feel through his clothes the long ridges of scars on his back. And it never occurred to me that what his back would really feel like. And as I clung to him, it meant so much to me, those scars, because I felt like, even though love had let me down in my life, that even torture didn't keep him from loving me. And I felt like here was a love that would never let me down. And I just clung to that. I leaned into it. I leaned my face into it. I leaned my heart into it. And it just meant the world to me. And it was so healing that I could find a love, that I could rely on a love that would never let me down. So that was part of my healing journey. As you let his love come into your heart, it starts to take the place of the love that you missed, or the lacks that you had in your life. For me, I had some holes in my heart that didn't get filled by family members, and God's been so good to fill those places. He takes the place of a father. He takes the place of your mother. He takes the place of the home you may never have had. He takes the place of a sense of family and the family pride, the joy of being loved that maybe you've never experienced. And no matter where your lack is, he can just fill those places so full that you don't even know what lack is anymore. Every day, God teaches me in really practical, step-by-step ways how to love. Because if your love's been broken for very long, you're sort of rusty at it. You're sort of not very good at it. If your leg is broken, when you start to walk again, you'll hobble around for a while. And God is so good to be really practical in showing you what to do. But He's a gentleman. And He only comes when you invite Him. He just doesn't rush right in and take over. He lets you want Him. He waits. He waits gently for you to open the door. And but when you do, and He comes into your heart, it's like He breathes on your heart and awakens your spirit like you've never known before. It's like you've been a light bulb and you've been in a lamp, but you've never known that when God came in, He would turn on the light. He would show you by His presence what you were made for, what you were designed for. He would just set you glowing. It's like night and day from never knowing what it's like to be a light bulb that was actually connected to the electricity. And He's become my love coach. He gives me thoughts in the day that I can use, that I can act on, that show me how to be more loving. He'll just give me the impression, oh, put your arm around her. She really needs some encouragement right now. Or sit and spend some time with him because he needs you to be with him. Or call him and say something to your mom that will really bless her because she's sort of discouraged right now. Or remember that friend that you used to have? Write them a note and tell them how much you appreciate what they did for you. And there's just love coach ideas that happen all day long because you've invited that love in. And after he helps you with your family, then he'll start opening up ideas and ways that you can be a blessing to help other people. He comes with creativity and innovation that you can make a difference. And as time goes by, you begin to discover this bliss, this just comfortable, beautiful bliss. And it's like you were a bud, but you're afraid to bloom. But in the sunshine of his love, you can it just opens you up to bloom in his glory, and it makes you a whole different person. So when I got some healing done in my heart, like we've been going through this past month, it made a difference in every single day, because it used to be that the pain from the past would be like this heavy weight on today. In the moments that I was going through, I would go through, but I would be carrying that pain from the past. And then I'd be worried about the future. So as I looked at the future, I would try to prepare for the future. I would think about the future. I'd worry about the future. And that would be a heaviness. And so I would miss today. I would miss all the present moments of living that are so beautiful and fun. And so when your heart is healed from the past and you can trust love into the future, then today is all you have. And did you know the only time you can experience love is right in this very moment? You can't experience love from yesterday. You can't experience love from tomorrow. God gave us today to really enjoy every minute of, and to experience love in every minute. There's going to be heartaches and difficult times as you go through a day, but there's never a time that love is not there. There's never a time that you can't enjoy the very moment that you're in. Every moment is spectacular. Every moment is a gift. When you wake up, it's a beautiful gift. It's like a brand new eternity that you could get to live without any mistakes of the past, without any worry of the future. You're just brand new every morning, and it's beautiful to be able to live that way. How much I missed, and how much I'm glad that I can know now how beautiful it is to enjoy the moments of the present. So the last fear of a broken heart is completely loving again. That's just true. And the most beautiful thing about overcoming that is that God's love brings you an endless supply of poured out love, so that no matter what happens, you can keep on loving. No matter what happens, no matter what tragedy, no matter what heartache comes to you, his endless supply will never let you down. When somebody rejects you, you can keep on loving. When somebody blows their top and is angry at you, you can keep on loving. When somebody disappoints you and backstabs you, you can keep on loving. There's nothing that can stop the supply of love. It's the most powerful force in the earth. It's more powerful than anything that can come against you, anything that can break your heart. And so there's this ocean of goodness and blessing and protection that gives you the confidence to go forward and love again, and open the floodgates and open the barriers and just let him flow through you. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. And the way that love comes into your heart is looking to him. The channel of love comes from God's face to your face. It's face to face, it's love to love, it's heart to heart. And no, I don't really see his face. I just close my eyes and see his face in my imagination. But when I do, he says, look to me and be radiant. He wants his radiance, his love to flow into me and just change my face. When you have his peace, when you have his love, the fear's not represented on your face, the anger is not represented on your face, the past, the pain is not on your face anymore. There's just a beautiful, peaceful, relaxed everything's going to be okay kind of loving effect on your face that makes you radiant. And the radiance comes from your heart. But that radiance, that connection with him is a lifeline. And the Bible says, by beholding we become changed. And as we look into the love that God has for us, we're just changed. We discover who we are when we're looking to him. We discover, because we are united, every moment you look to him, every moment you choose love, it's changing you on the inside. It's changing your beauty. It's changing your heart. It's changing the way you think. It's renewing your mind. And there's one thing that can come against that, and that's condemnation. You can hear from time to time this condemnation. Oh, you can't expect God to love you like that. Don't you know what you did? Don't you know you just failed this morning? Don't you know you just yelled at your kids? Don't you know that you just blown it? And condemnation makes you take your face off God, take your face off love, and look down into yourself. Oh, look, I am really not that good. Oh, there are things wrong with me. And as you look down at yourself, you miss that connection of love. And the goal of evil is just to cut you off from that love and to focus on faults, focus on anything negative. But God, he just lifts your chin, like this. If you give him the opportunity and you look to him, he just lifts you like this to connect with him so beautifully that he can tell you the truth. The truth is that in him you're perfect, in him you're beautiful. He sees you as wrapped in Christ like a burrito, like a warm blanket of love that will never let you down. And that's where you can live. And so if condemnation comes at you, you just need to just brush it away like a mosquito, and keep your focus on on God, so he can keep telling you the truth, that you are loved, that you're beautiful, that you're so cherished and adored by him, and that the future is going to be more marvelous than you can imagine, past your wildest dreams. You're free to dream again. You're free to love again. You're free from the past. You're free from the worries of the future. You're free to come into a relationship that's going to be bigger and more beautiful and more blessed than anything you've ever experienced before. And even if your love is higher and better than it was yesterday, it will never stop growing. It will never stop being better tomorrow after tomorrow after tomorrow. It will increase and increase and increase until the impact you have and your love has can change the world. I'm so glad you've joined me for this series, and we hope that it not only changes your life and your heart, but your family, your friends, and your world. We love y'all.